How do you live a happy and fulfilling life with deep satisfaction? A very deep question with no easy answer that a lot of us are trying to find. I think I came to an answer that makes sense for me, and I want to share this throughout this video here. What's going on, guys? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Braden Pearl, and I'm a fourth year medical student here at McGill University and the CEO and founder of Advancement Hockey Advising, which is a hockey agency that helps players advance to the next level. So today we're going to be talking about happiness or fulfillment, which is a very deep topic, I know, but there's a big reason why I want to bring this up and actually talk about this in one of my first videos here on my YouTube channel. Throughout all of my late teens and 20s, I was always searching for this answer. You know, I would go through ups and downs in life. I'm like, what's the meaning of life? What's the point of life? How do you really truly be fulfilled? You know, deep questions that honestly is hard to come to. And then when I would search online for like some help or some advice and stuff, it was very like fluff content that didn't really make much sense to me. So for example, it'd be like, oh, just live in the present and everything is solved. You'll be happy forever. Well, is that really true? You know, if I just like live in the present, will that actually make me happy? Can I plan for long-term things? Can I get what I want, my needs, my values, all that? Does that align? Like for me, I found I had to like search within a lot. I had to think about it a lot. And I think I came to a framework that kind of makes sense. I want to share this out there for you guys. Not that I give you guys a definition, you're like, oh my God, that's the holy grail, that's what happiness is. But hopefully by sharing this, it inches you closer towards trying to answer that for yourself. Now, first, before we dive into the definition here, we have to ask ourselves, why fulfillment? Why happiness? Why are we going for this? Well, I would argue that that's the whole point of life, honestly, is to max out the best life that you could possibly live. What's like the meaning of life if we're not enjoying the entire experience, if we're not going through the good, the bad, the ugly with a way of wonder, of curiosity, and a way of enjoying the entire experience? If you can go as close as you can towards a deep sense of satisfaction and fulfillment with your life, it's going to be a life very well lived. It's what's going to make it all worth it. If you go through it with cynicism and just anger and all of this, I think it makes life less meaningful, much worse, and overall not as fulfilling. I think fulfillment is and a deep satisfaction is the key thing that we need to strive for in life. So that is why we're going towards this direction and why this topic is important and for you guys to pay attention to. So with all of that said, here's the definition that I've come to for happiness/fulfillment. So it's living in alignment with your needs and values that serve to advance human flourishing, while adopting a mindset that best allows you to enjoy the entire experience. So I know that was a big mouthful with a lot of big words, so I'm gonna help break it down here in multiple parts. Living in alignment with your needs and values, right? Living in alignment with what's important to you, whatever really speaks to your soul, you know, whatever you think is most important, most meaningful in life. So for me, for example, a big value of mine is hockey, right? When I play hockey, I'm happy, I'm present, I'm in the moment, I feel good. But for other people, they could care less about hockey and they'd rather paint and they'd rather do art and they'd rather play piano, which is totally fine. It's whatever is important to you. So living in alignment with that, the closer you get to alignment to your needs and values, what's important to you, the happier you're going to be. The second part is doing that in a way that serves to advance human flourishing, okay? That lifts people up, that makes people better. If you said that your needs and values to go torture people all day, then obviously that's a problem, right? You can't do that. It has to be something that actually helps other people, that doesn't bring them down. So stealing, you know, doing things that are a little bit sketchy, that's not going to make you deeply fulfilled, in my opinion, anyways, at the end of the day. Has to be stuff that really lifts other people up, that's aligned with your soul, that you know is morally good. And the last part here is adopting a mindset that allows you to best enjoy the entire experience, right? You could be living in alignment with your values, you'd be doing things that are good, but I still find that there's people that are still depressed, that are still unhappy because they don't have that right mindset to appreciate things. They don't have the mindset to be grateful of what they have, to be able to push through struggles, overcome them. You know, that's a learned skill, and that I think goes separate from the needs and values that you need to have to be happy. I think you need to have that right mindset, the right head on your shoulders to be able to enjoy all of that and then go through with it. Now, one question you might have is, okay, what's the needs and values? Like, how do I prioritize this? For me, I've thought about this a lot, and I kind of prioritize it in the following way. The first value or need that I prioritize is always mindset and character. If I have the mindset and character right, and all the things that kind of go along with that, then the rest of life can really, really be better. That's always the first thing. I never want to compromise my morals, my beliefs, my mindset, because that's the biggest thing that's going to get me through everything pretty much. And then the 5 biggest subpoints when it comes to character is being 1, reliable, number 2, kind and caring, number 3, being honest, number 4, having a growth mindset, And then number 5, just having grit, being able to push through anything. And yes, I know the mindset thing, I'm putting it under values, but it's also its own separate thing. It kind of overlaps a little bit, but honestly, I think the character / mindset is the biggest value, the knowing what's important, let's say being reliable, honest, knowing what character traits are important to you is going to help you with yourself and with your relationships with other people. So I think it's super important. And the one frame that I always think about when it comes to mindset is greatness through adversity, is always being able to push through the hard things and getting greatness on the other side. In life, you just have to go through a bunch of crap, a bunch of pain, a bunch of suffering to really be able to achieve the goals and the things you really want to have, and to be able to achieve great things that are going to help other people. The second need / value that I prioritize the most is my health. I talk about this in almost every video. I think it's so important, and to not prioritize this, it really sets you up for just chronic disease. It sets you up for having less energy, for not showing up as well for other people, and just making life way harder. So consistently working out. I'm big on this. All of my friends know me for the guy that just works out almost every day and does it religiously, because I feel better when I do it. Helps with stress, helps feel better, helps you have more energy. Super important. Sleeping well is another one. Usually it's easier to sleep well if you're actually working out. So I'm big on working out, doing physical activity and all that stuff, and then I sleep better. Managing stress levels through meditation and all that stuff. I'm not super big on meditation, but just trying to manage stress levels as much as possible, really important. And then just eating right. Honestly, you are what you eat. If you don't feed yourself the right way, unfortunately, you'll start stacking the pounds, not feeling as good. Fitness, sleeping, and then eating, those 3 right there, that's 95% of the battle. My third value that I prioritize is my work / my mission. Finances kind of gets lumped into this as a byproduct, but overall, I think if you take care of your work and mission and you learn a couple financial skills, finances kind of goes along with this. The mission that I have to help people with AHA through my hockey agency, to help people in medicine, patients, and all that. For me, that's so deeply fulfilling, and I need to have that in my life. If I don't have something where I feel like I'm contributing to others, really helping them on important problems in life and finding solutions for them, helping them feel better, then it doesn't feel as good for me. Just if I did everything selfishly, I wouldn't feel as good about myself. Now, number 4, I have relationships. And a lot of you would be like, oh my God, how can you put relationships at number 4? You selfish, blah, blah, blah. The reason why I put relationships a little bit lower is because if I don't have a good character and mindset, if my health is a mess and I don't have a mission / purpose and I'm lost, I do not show up as the best version of myself with other people, and I bring them down. My goal in life is to help bring as many people up as possible and be kind of like that guiding light that helps people find their best selves and all that. If I'm not taking care of the other 3 pieces, I feel like the relationships will just suffer. So I don't feel like I'm bringing my best to the table and actually helping them out. That being said, there is an exception here, and that is in urgent or important situations, relationships automatically go to the top. So for example, if my dad is in the hospital after a car crash or something like that, that's gonna go, whatever I'm doing, I'm dropping what I'm doing, I'm going to it because it's an urgent situation. So I'll always be there for my friends when they need me. I'll always show up as my best self, but I know that if it's not super important or urgent, I need to prioritize the other things that are important to me. And then last but not least, I prioritize at number 5, experiences and fun. I think, you have to enjoy the finer things in life, and you have to enjoy your life somewhat. If you're just a masochist, like going through hard things all the time, and not appreciating and smelling the roses on their way and appreciating the present moment, I think that's where the present moment kind of comes in, actually. Like that's where you can kind of appreciate things and have fun and all that stuff. I think if you don't do that, then life just like delayed gratification forever, and then what's the point, So I think you do need to mix in experiences and fun as well, but just for me, it's a little bit lower on my priority list, and I don't mind sacrificing it a little bit more when I'm in harder periods throughout life. And that is it, my friends. That's my definition of fulfillment and happiness. That's how I prioritize my needs and values, and that's kind of how I approach having the mindset to go through life. So hopefully you got some value out of this video. Hopefully this is not just another video leaving you more confused on the topic, and hopefully you got a nice framework as to how to kind of think about it, and some ideas that'll kind of just fire up your neurons here to think about it a little bit more. So hopefully you got some value out of this video here. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, absolutely destroy that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you never miss another video moving forward. If you have any questions for me, feel free to comment down below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll catch you on that next one.